Hey there, subscribers and potential subscribers. If you've been following my tutorials, you would have maybe seen a recent one on Pandas, which is a Python package built on NumPy for working with data. In this tutorial, we're going to actually work with Pandas and we're going to import a CSV file that we can work with in future demos. And the CSV file currently has order ID, order priority, order quantity, and sales. Note that we're going to need to know exactly how those columns are typed out in our program in this example. So it's going to be very case sensitive and the structure is going to be important to us. So please note that. Also note where it is on your computer. So whenever you're working with a file, in my case, it's located in my ctemp data folder. So that's going to be important to us, okay? So those things being said and noted, the first thing we're going to do in Python is we're going to import the package. And we use the import command for that, and we're going to say pandas, and we're going to do as PD. And if you're not sure if you have pandas in your environment, if you're working in your PyCharm down below, Python packages, double check and you'll see that I have pandas already set, so I'm good to go. Okay, most environments will have pandas because it's so popularly used, but just in case you don't, you may need to figure out how to add it. The next thing you're going to do is set the path to your file. Okay, and so what we're going to do is I'm going to use the word data, or that's going to be my variable name for my file, and I'm going to set that equal to that file I showed you, which was C. And then instead of using backslashes, we're going to use a /. It will not work with a backslash. It'll think it's an escape character. So we can use // here, and we're going to type out the file name and the extension. Okay, we're going to do that. What that's going to do for us is it's going to actually bring that into a variable. Now we need to have pandas actually read it. So in this case, I'm going to say read my file, which I'm just going to say df for my data file, and I'm going to say equals pd dot read CSV, because that's the type of file I'm reading, and I'm saying read the file that's being held in my data variable. Okay, and I'm going to put a comma in, and I'm going to indicate what type of separator. It's a CSV, and it's supposed to be separated by a comma. Okay, so sep, it indicates the separator, and then I'm saying it's separated by a comma, and we are good as far as this is set up. I'm just going to double check my typing. And we should be good. I have an extra space there, just don't need it. Then the next thing we can do is we can actually print out or read a row, read the file. So let's just say I'm going to read out a row. So let's put a comment in here, read out the file. And what I'll do there is I'm going to use y equals nd, and I'm going to use square brackets here, and I'm going to put my structure in. So as I said, we have to be careful with the fields. So order ID was capital O, and then it was capital I and D. Order priority was there. Then after that, I have to double check my file again. Order quantity I had. And I also had sales. And you're going to put each of the column headers inside of quotation marks. Okay, so that's going to be my structure I'm going to read in. And then the next thing I need to do is going to go ahead and print out y. And I made a mistake here. I said nd. I really meant to be df for my data file. So storing the row of data to y, and I'm going to print this out here. So I'm going to go ahead and now run this out. And what we should see here is that here's my structure. And here's a sampling of the data. So it showed me the first 4 records, and then it showed me the bottom set of records. So it looks like there's 5 of the bottom ones. So telling me that I had 8,760 rows times 4 columns in that data file. And we can verify that if we take a look here and scroll down. You'll see that I have 8761. So with the header, that makes it 8760. So again, how do you read a file into Python? Well, the Pandas library can do that for you. You put in your file location, storing that to a variable. You tell it to be read here, putting in your separator of the type of file it is. And then you can store that structure to be read to a variable, and then you can print it out. Many more operations we can do now that we have the data frame, or as I mentioned, data file, but really it's a data frame that we can work with inside of Python. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed already, or put comments below. Thank you.